Well, first of all, my husband, Carl Herman, was born and raised here, which is a cool connection. And also, both of my parents, when they were 21 years old, were members of the Pittsburgh Symphony. My mother, Joanna, was a pianist when William Steinberg was the maestro, and my father, Scott Nickrens, was a violist in the orchestra. We all feel, I think, very fortunate to have had such a rich history together. And it actually started because when we were children, Sarah's father, John Sant'Ambrogio, was principal cellist of St. Louis for how many years?
For like 30 years or something.
And my mother, Joanna, who I mentioned before, the record producer, was recording the St. Louis Symphony in the Leonard Slatkin famous years. And Sarah's family had a music camp at the time.
In the Berkshire Mountains. And my grandmother was a really well-known piano teacher. And so they got their heads together and decided to send Eroica to my family's music camp to study with my grandmother.
She's phenomenal.
And
yeah.
She thought that Eroica actually would probably be a calming influence on me because I was kind of wild, and so she put us in a trio together. Luckily, very quickly, because I got kicked out of my own family's music camp very soon after that, and so she didn't call me quite enough, unfortunately, but it all worked out.
What's amazing about this piece is it really feels fresh every time because there are three of us up there, and then the orchestra and the maestro. It's this whole synergy between all these parts and the audience too, and the hall.
There's so many variables, so it always is fresh.
And the way Maestro Honeck is shaping the phrases is just gorgeous. I mean, he's bringing out the nuances in some really original ways. I was just blown away.
Yeah, we're hearing some bowings and phrasings that we've just not heard before. I haven't been playing it quite as long as Sarah and Eroica have, but definitely original ideas and thoughts, and it's just really exciting to be here.
It made it so that every concert was like life and death. We knew we had to hit it out of the ballpark every single note we played because we would never get a second chance. We had to be so much better than they ever could have imagined that we could be to get re-engaged. And that every concert was so hard fought for that it really bonded us together and created a certain very passionate, very intense style of performance from us because we really, knew that we weren't going to get any second chances. And now, the thing that's so fantastic about it is now there's all-female groups everywhere, but really, actually, shockingly, because of us. It's tough, it's very tough because as it gets more and more marginalized in society, and also as more and more funding gets cut from the public schools, if you don't get to the kids at a super young age, their minds are often closed to it because what's astonishing when you go into the schools and you play for like kindergartners, they love the 21st century music. They love that stuff because they haven't learned yet that it's supposed to be ugly or gnarly or difficult. They think it's so much fun. They respond to it incredibly well. So, it's a real problem. We're always trying to go into the schools whenever we are anywhere for more than a day or two. We try to go into the schools, get in there before third grade, really, to try to get them.
Oh, their sound is so incredible. I just was getting chills. So inspired to play,
and Heinz Hall is so gorgeous. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful halls in the country, I think. So it's very inspiring, don't you think?
Yeah, this is my first time, and I'm blown away. I came out of the tunnel on the way from the airport, and just the gorgeous city scene, and the hall, and the orchestra. It's really wonderful.